Hi, this is Deanna Fenton from deannafenton.com with another simple step to online success. Today we're going to talk about adding Google Analytics to your website. Google Analytics is a free tool available that provides a lot of actionable information on who is coming to your website, what they do when they get to your site, how long they stay on, how they found you. It's got just a ton of information that's very important for any website owner to have a good grasp of how the traffic is arriving at your website and what they do once they're there. So we're going to use my example site, the DIYonlinemarketing.net site, which is my little play site to experiment and demonstrate. And we're going to install Google Analytics on it today. So the first thing we're going to do is simply go to www.google.com and /analytics. Now it will take you to the website for analytics. It's got a great amount of information. You may want to look at this first. It talks a little bit about the reports that are available, some of the custom reports. So if you have a Google ID, and you have a Google ID if you're using Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Plus, any of the Google services, whatever the email address is that you use to log into those services is the same. So all you have to do is click Sign In. If you don't have a Google ID, you would click the orange button here to create the account. But we happen to have a Google ID for this website, so we're going to click Sign In. So I've typed in my Gmail account and now my password, and I'm going to click Sign In. So now that I'm logged in, you can see it has really got it extremely simplified on how to set it up. It explains to you steps 1, 2, and 3 about what you need to do. So it's really going to walk us through this setup. So we want to go ahead and start using it. So we will go ahead and click our Sign Up button. So the first question it's asking us is, what do we want to track? And in this case, we want a website. It's giving us now two options for our tracking method. They've got a beta version, so we're going to go ahead and stick with classic analytics for most of us. That's probably all we need. We'll wait and see afterwards how this beta turns out, and if it's something, I'm sure we can change it at a later date. So now it's going to ask us for our website's name. So I went ahead and typed in the website name and the website URL, our website address. Now it's going to ask our industry category. As usual, these are really kind of limited. Hopefully there'll be something that'll be close to what your business is about. I'm going to go ahead and just pick internet and go from there. Then you want to know what time zone. I'm in the Pacific time zone, so I'm going to stick with that. And then it's going to ask me for the account name, and it's just simply the name that will appear for me to click on, and so it's really just for my own purposes. So we're just going to type in the name. And as usual, it's going to ask if we want to do data sharing. These are all pretty good, especially with other Google products, because this, at some point, if you were going to advertise on Google, you would want to connect your AdWords account. So we'll go ahead and just leave these checked, and we're going to say Get Tracking ID. Of course, the first thing we have to also accept their terms of services. So quick and easy, we now have a tracking ID. This is our account identification for this particular website. Now, this is where it could get a little tricky. It's going to be a lot easier because we have a WordPress site. But if for some reason you don't have WordPress, this is a tracking code that needs to be pasted into the code of every one of the pages on your site that you want to track. A good webmaster will be happy to do this for you. It should be very straightforward. So it's just an extra step that needs to be taken care of. If you have access to your code of the website, you could probably do it yourself. But because we have WordPress, it's just much easier. So I'm going to show you at this point how to take this information, which is our tracking ID, and then connect it to our website so we can start tracking our visits to this site. So now I've logged in to the back end of my WordPress website. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go install a plugin that is going to make it super simple for us to connect our Google Analytics account to the website. So I went to Plugins and Add New, and we're going to search for one that's simply called Google Analytics. And it's the first one that comes up. Again, another free plugin. We're just simply going to click Install Now and say OK. It's installed it, and now we're going to activate that plugin. So that's kind of step one to getting this set up. Now we're going to go ahead and go to Settings here in the sidebar, and to set up and to link these accounts, we want to now open up the little settings panel for Google Analytics. Now here you see it says Web Property ID, and it starts with the letters UA and has the numbers. Well, guess what? That's exactly what this tracking ID is right here. So to make it simple, I'm simply going to highlight this, right click my mouse and copy it. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to highlight, right click, and paste that code right in there. I'm now going to save my changes. So we've now successfully connected our WordPress website to our new Google Analytics account. It will start collecting data very, very shortly, and that's as simple as that. Again, a little more involved if you're not using WordPress and you need to get this code to your webmaster. But very simple thing to do, and in later videos I'll be showing you some of the exciting reports and information that you can get from your Google Analytics account. But for now, this is Deanna Fenton, and I ask you, just remember to take a simple step for your online success. Take care.